It is fascinating to learn that eye color is determined by a single gene and that it is predetermined from the moment of conception. According to scientists, there are 8 different eye colors, and these are only the most common ones. However, there are people on the planet who have the rarest eye color. What eye color is the most common? The most common eye color in the world is brown. The exception is only the Baltic countries, where there are many light-haired people, and therefore most of them have blue eyes. It is interesting to learn that people with brown eyes are most commonly found in hot, southern countries, and that brown eye color performs a specific function. The brighter, blinding sunlight there is, the darker the eyes of people who live in such areas. This is because dark eyes are able to protect a person from bright, scorching sun. But there is still a paradox. Almost every inhabitant of the far north, in places where it is never hot, has brown eyes. That dark eye color protects against the white cutting glare of snow. Therefore, it is very difficult for many light-eyed people to look at white snow in winter. It is fascinating to note that 10,000 years ago, all people had brown eyes, but a mutation occurred in the human body, and people with different eye shades appeared in the world. Why are people rarely found with green eyes? In ancient times, green eye color was always associated with witches and sorcerers. It was believed that people with this shade were endowed with magical, magnetic energy. Scientists are still struggling with the question of why this is such a rare eye color. 2% of the 7 billion people living on planet Earth are green-eyed. It's like a grain of sand in space. Most researchers conclude that the reason for such a small number of green-eyed people is the Inquisition, which fiercely fought against the owners of such eyes. Green-eyed beauties were considered witches and burned at the stake for it. Women with green eyes in the Middle Ages were outcasts. They died only because God gave them green eyes. And if 90% of green-eyed people are women, then who could have offspring if they ended up on the stake at a very young age? Men in those days avoided such beauties, fearing their magical charms. If we approach from a scientific point of view, the shades of a person's eyes depend on the amount of melanin in the body. Green-eyed people produce a negligible amount of it. Green eyes are more common in women than in men, so seeing a man with green eyes is a rarity. If we take the greenest countries, they are the Netherlands and Iceland. 80% of green-eyed people live here. Lilac eye color. Myth or truth? It is almost impossible to meet people with lilac eye color. There are myths that lilac eye color is associated with a mutation that doctors called the lorigin of Alexandria. It does not affect vision and is harmless. It can even be said with confidence that it made such people happy by endowing them with unique natural beauty from billions of inhabitants of our planet. Also, there is a version that purple eye color can be caused by Marquesani syndrome, but such a symptom is not mentioned in the characteristics of the disease. For people with Marquesani syndrome, low growth, underdevelopment of limbs, and a number of vision problems are characteristic. Nevertheless, it is still worth noting that ophthalmological problems of this kind can occasionally cause a change in eye color. In medicine, there is also a theory of the origin of lilac eye color is albinism. This disease is characterized by a lack of melanin in the body. Albinos usually have red eyes, but there are cases when blue collagen is reflected a little stronger in their eyes than usual, giving their eyes a purple tint. Anyway, purple eyes are of great interest. Unfortunately, all this is more of a myth than the truth. Eye color in United States. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, brown is the most common eye color in the United States, with more than half of all people having brown eyes. Blue eyes are the second most common eye color, with 27%. Hazel eyes are the third most common, with 18%. Green eyes are the rarest, with only 9% of people having them.